You might have an application which is storing its data into Cloud SQL. There are many scenarios when you need to take backup of the database instance. In this video, we will talk about different backup strategies for Cloud SQL instance. Hello and welcome to Architecture Simplified. Every week, we share daily tips on certain service of Google Cloud Platform. And at the end of the week, we share a detailed video on all the tips shared in the last week. This week, we shared daily tips on GCP Cloud SQL Backup strategies. And this is the detailed video on the same. If you want to check daily tips on GCP services, you can get it on the link shared above. I will also share the link in the description box. If you want to get daily tips on a particular GCP service, comment below. I will provide the daily tips on that topic, and at the end of the week, I will create a detailed video on the same topic. Alright, so let's start on the backup strategies of Cloud SQL instances. In this video, we are going to talk about how backups help you restore your Cloud SQL instances. Then we will cover different strategies through which you can create backup. Then we will deep dive into those strategies and we will understand when to choose which strategy in your project. So the first question here is, why do you need to take backup? There might be scenarios where your Cloud SQL instance may have some issues or it may have some data loss. In such cases, you can restore another Cloud SQL instance using the backup. In your real-time application, you will always plan for taking backup of your Cloud SQL instances. The next question is how backups work. The first time when you take a backup, it is a full copy of your data from Cloud SQL instance. Next backups are incremental. What does that mean? It means next backups are just the difference of your Cloud SQL instance and your previous backup. Only that data will be captured in the next backup. Now, what if you delete any backup? All the data of that backup will move to the next backup. So you will be having the full data with you so that you can restore from that backup. Now the next question is how to take the backup of your Cloud SQL instances. There are two ways to take the backup. First is on-demand backup. You can take a backup of your data whenever you want. That is on-demand backup. But this is a manual activity and you need to spend time to do this activity. But there are various scenarios where you will be going ahead with this on-demand backup. We will talk about those scenarios just in some time. Another way to get the backup is in the automated way. In a project, in an organization, we always go for the automated way of getting things done. So you can take the backup of your Cloud SQL instance by configuring the automated backup. Now let's go ahead and do a little deep dive into automated backup. You need to specify the time window during which the automated backups can be created. The backup process will start in that time window which you specify. By default, your automated backup is retained for 7 days, but you can configure it to get retained from 1 day to 365 days. On the other hand, your on-demand backups are not deleted automatically. It means you need to delete it manually. You create the backup manually and so you delete also it manually. Also, whenever you delete an instance, that point of time also all the on-demand backups associated with that cloud instance will also be deleted. If you don't want any particular on-demand backup, you should delete it because it is going to incur cost. And because these are not deleted automatically, you need to keep a watch on it. Automated backups are taken every day, but there are some instances when the automated backup process will not start. Let's understand when will that happen. If your Cloud SQL instance is not running and you have configured your automated backup to create the backup at that point of time, it will not create because the instance itself is not running. So if you want your backup to be taken, it should be up and running since last 36 hours. When you configure your automated backup, you need to specify a duration. Usually the backup is done in 4 hours window. If during this time your instance is not running, the backup will not be taken. There is another scenario also when backups will not be taken. Suppose your on-demand backup is in progress and your automated backup is also planned at the same time. In that case also automated backup will not be taken. We know that we always prefer the automated way of getting things done. So you will definitely configure your automated backup. But still there are some scenarios where you will have to go ahead with the on-demand backup. Let's talk about when you will be going ahead with the on-demand backups. For example, if you are going for some operation on your cloud instance which may have some impact on your data, or you might working on some infrastructure part and you may feel that your Cloud SQL instances may get impacted. In all such cases, you will be creating on-demand backup because you don't want to lose the data and you don't want to wait until that automated backup will start. So, both on-demand and automated backup strategies are adopted in projects in real time. You need to understand that when you need to go ahead with which strategy. Both have got its pros and cons. Especially if you're working with on-demand backup, you need to ensure that you keep looking at the previous backups and keep deleting it if you don't need it further. Otherwise, it is going to increase your cost. So that's it for today's video. If you want me to show you how you can practically go and configure the backup on your cloud instance, you can comment below and I will create another video to show you how you will be practically doing the same on your Google Cloud Console. Also, don't forget to subscribe to the channel and like the video. If you want to get daily tips on any particular service on GCP, you can comment below. I will start the tips on that particular service in a particular week, and at the weekend you will get a detailed video on the same topic. Alright, so see you in the next video.